Good morning, everyone. It's Biz Chicks TV. This is a place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Friday, so we talk tech in English. And so welcome to the Tech Divas Weekly. How's everybody doing today?
Happy
We're doing well.
Happy
Friday.
Friday. I'm here
Yay.
with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and with our friend Miss TJ, all the way from New York City, talking social media. And I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So sit back, relax, hydrate, and get ready to find out some wonderful things that will help you do business better using tech. How you doing, ladies?
Hey, we are well.
Great.
It is
Busy, but
33
great.
degrees. Okay, it's California and it's 33 degrees right now.
What?
Yeah, it was not cute. It was not cute this morning going out to get
You
the
mean
mail.
it's warmer in New York than there?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
we're like, okay, I have on a thermal top.
And even in the midst of 30-degree weather, we've got fires going on.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I could smell the fire this morning, Fran. When the smoke, I could smell it. I couldn't see it because it was dark, but yeah, it's like wow,
Yeah, that's horrible.
it's not
I've seen
good.
it on the news. It's wow.
And it's on both ends. It's just like, oh my goodness. Okay. So that's the weather. And
All
then
right.
I saw where it was snowing somewhere last night
In
for
Wisconsin.
Halloween. It was
Wisconsin.
they're like, wow.
Well,
Maybe we need to alter our plans for trick or treat.
uh, so I'm going to do this history
Hmm.
and then the first message on the internet, October 29th, 1969. UCLA student Charlie Klein attempts to transmit the text login to a computer at the Stanford Research Institute over the first link on the ARPANET, which was the precursor to the modern internet. After the letters I and O are sent in the system, after the letters I and O are sent, the system crashed, making the first message ever sent on the internet, I/O. About an hour later, after recovering from the crash, the full text of login, LO, sorry, is successfully sent.
Okay.
And we thought getting a text message out was going to be difficult.
What? It's so easy now.
Well, somebody, see,
Mhm.
the thing that we always say, somebody has to start it off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we usually don't recognize the value of what we're doing because it seems so minor. I mean, after a crash for two letters, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, October 30th, 1938, War of the Worlds scares the pants off a nation. Orson Welles broadcast his radio adaptation of The War of the World, which reportedly caused panic among listeners who believed the theatrical presentation was a real news broadcast. Regardless of the actual levels of panic caused, The War of the Worlds is one of the most famous radio broadcasts in history.
Mm.
First crew to International Space Station, October 31st, 2000. Russia launches Soyuz TM-31, carrying the first crew to the International Space Station. The ISS has been continuously manned since this first mission. Okay, so there's people up there now? Is that what they're saying?
You never know, Fred. You never
Well,
know.
that's what they said. It's in this. They're in the International Space Station. So is it still up there? It is 2019, so 20 years, and they said it's been continuously manned.
Does that mean? I hope that means monitored.
No, manned,
Man, no.
meaning there's somebody in the space station at continuously, meaning all the time. Okay, since this first mission. So apparently there's somebody up there.
Okay, do you want that job?
I wonder how far into space, but then you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I know they ain't on Mars, but okay.
And I wonder if they're doing a rotation, like this astronaut does this stint and this one does,
Yeah, I'm thinking that, they got people coming and going,
yes.
but just what do you do? There's not a lot to do up there.
Okay.
Okay.
After you've seen the view a couple of times, I would think it gets pretty boring.
The first transistor radio goes on sale November 1st, 1954. The industrial development, for some reason, I thought that might be earlier than that, but okay. The Industrial Development Engineering Associate Company began selling the Regency TR1, the world's first commercial transistor radio. Texas Instruments designed and developed the transistor technology, who then partnered with IDEA to design and manufacture the completed radio. The TR1 sold over 100,000 units, ushering in the commercial transistor industry. You know, the little red radio that you
could dial.
You can dial on the side, turn it on or whatever, and you could listen to baseball games, music, and then somebody eventually got AM and FM. Okay, and that's your week in tech history. I'm just thinking, okay, that's just interesting. A lot of stuff we have came because somebody decided to just, hey, what happens if I push that button? Or if I do this? And we have technological advances because of it.
Wow.
Or if I do this.
I just think so many times we are on the verge of greatness and we have no idea that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That we are that we are the pioneer, because the footsteps seem so small. The footprint is so small. Or two letters, you know?
Yeah, 2 letters, like, oh, dang, only 2 letters went out. Now we get 148 characters and climbing.
I get novels. People sometimes turn their text messages into novels. I'm like, okay, I don't think this was meant for this purpose, but that should have been an email or whatever.
and doing a text message is not good to. It's only meant for like quick
communication.
Short some things. Hey, Jerry, it's not meant for you to send a whole book.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
And and there are some people who can type an entire okay, it was never meant for that, ever.
Right.
That's why there's so many abbreviations, I presume.
And emojis.
Trying to cut down on characters.
Right. And then the emojis they're getting different.
They're stopping some emojis too, I read the other day.
Oh, tell us more.
The eggplant, the peach, and the one that looks like rain, because people are using those suggestively. When they send an eggplant, it's to represent something. The peach is to represent something, and then there's like 3 raindrops. So that's what the kids are doing. A little innocent peach, a little innocent eggplant, innocent raindrops.
But my question is, why would you remove that? People are just going to switch to something else.
That's true.
Kids have always, coded stuff.
Yes.
And people are always coding stuff. I mean,
but it's emoji abuse.
Yes, and if I lived in Georgia, I'd be upset about the removal of the peach. It's.
And I think what's happening is it's changing the concept. you know, what is it going to be known as? You know what I mean?
Associated with.
The definition has since changed. So now it represents this.
Here's my question. How do they keep up with that stuff? They must have somebody on assignment who alerts them.
Facebook and all the apps know what's being used. I mean, you're not using these things anonymously.
No.
You type in stuff and you send. That's the nature of the internet. When you go to your desktop and you type in CNN.com or you type in NBC, whatever it is, your computer has to talk to several computers before it goes to that destination website on CNN or whatever. So those things are being cached and saved, and they can look it up, and then they have reports that run, algorithms that say, if this emoji comes through, those are all programming languages that does that. So it's not anything nefarious. They can run a query for anything because everything is an I and an O on the computer on digital. Everything's a bit. So
everything.
And when you type in hello, when you're typing in hello, whatever chat wise or whatever to somebody, your friend, you're sending I's and O's. You're sending a code. You're not sending the word hello. It's a character string that gets converted into a language the computer understands. And then on the other end that's the encrypt, decrypt. That's all a part of everything that's going on.
And when that guy sent that first LO out, he tried to get it out, and the computer crashed.
Yeah,
and it came back on, and then the rest of the GIN came in, but it was on. It was trying to get through.
So we have an angry emoji. What's going on with that?
I don't know. Angry. They might have been trying to push the wow emoji.
Factor.
Yeah, it could have been, like,
No, I was just laughing because I saw it was like somebody's angry. They're angry at
up there.
No, I don't think that was it. I just think it was because when you try to push them little
the button, you can touch the wrong one. I understand. It just caught my. I was like, who's angry? Let me know. Let us know.
Right, and tell us. I mean, because if you are angry,
say why.
Yeah, tell us like I don't agree with that. Okay, cool.
You don't have to agree. Right.
You're mad about it being removed.
And there's and I'm still learning emoji. I'm glad that they let us put with the Apple, you can use your Memoji with thumbs up.
I love it. And the voice, or you can record something.
Yeah, or not even record. You can actually use it like
oh yes, you mean the send, yes, the send.
Instead of using the emojis that everybody else has, you can use the one that has your face.
Your personalized
your avatar.
I'm always sending people my avatar. I'm always sending people my Memoji with me talking, because it records your face.
I love it. I use it all the time.
I like the one where you talk. I don't know if everybody gets it though, if they are on another phone.
That's true.
I have to tell them, click this message. Click
okay.
on this. And then, because like you said, they may not know that the emoji actually talks.
Right.
But then you can do the one with a thumbs up,
right,
or a tear or something like that, or the laugh out loud, and it actually shows your Memoji. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it's so great that today we have so many ways to communicate, different ways. Text message, an emoji, we can messenger, we can WhatsApp, we can Telegram, we can all of that stuff. So I can see how that would be confusing to people who aren't keeping up with technology the way it is. Like it's too much, so they just don't want to do any of it. I can see that.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
Yeah, it's like the Pony Express people. That last week, the Pony Express went out of business the next day
Uh-huh.
after they were able to uh, send a telegraph.
Mm-hmm.
After they were able to get a telegraph to go from Missouri to California, the they just cut off the Pony Express is no longer needed. No more riding through the
Wilderness trying to get a message through.
correct. And Gary has a question here. Does only Apple have this option?
That's what I was just looking up. You can use the Memoji and the Animoji. You have to use, what does it say? You may be able to use it on WhatsApp. I just found an article.
Now I did my Memoji and I was able to put it in Messenger.
Because it is a video, it's a video file when you do the video.
Well,
so I just found this article.
Not the talking one. I just been using the one as a name.
Right. It's the one where you make it look like yourself.
Right. I've been using that as a Memoji. Like if I wanted, let me see if I can make it work now.
Yeah. So I found an article and they're saying that you can use WhatsApp. And if someone has Android, they will see it.
Okay. I'm not familiar with WhatsApp. Okay.
Well, okay. See, listen, and I'm glad that I know we're getting a little off track, but let me just mention
because it's tech and it's
okay. WhatsApp. There was a few months ago. There was a story about being hacked. The Israelis or so I forgot. I don't know what group they were hacking in. They could hack in and see the camera and control the app. And that was a few months ago. But then another story just came out this week about some country hacking journalists through WhatsApp. So this is another thing about Facebook. Facebook has a major privacy problem. So I deleted WhatsApp because I was like, one, I don't use it. And I just had it on. But now I was like, I really don't want to use it because there are other apps that are more secure that does what WhatsApp does. One is Signal, the other is Telegram. I use Telegram. I have a friend in Canada that I taught we use Telegram. Because Telegram and Signal, they have more, their encryption is more secure.
Okay.
Than WhatsApp. And I'm sorry, I don't trust Facebook. I use Facebook, but I don't trust it. So I don't use WhatsApp. Just my story. But there's been, a few months ago and now this week about them being able to hack WhatsApp. So their security level, they're saying WhatsApp is secure and they're working on end-to-end encryption. I don't buy Facebook. There's other apps that do it. But see, the thing is you have to install the other app and it's not hard. You just go into the App Store or Google Play and go to Telegram and install it. And it works just like WhatsApp. It looks just like it.
Okay, does the other person have to have Telegram?
What's that?
Does the other person receiving have to have it?
Yes, because it's like WhatsApp. You have the other person has to have WhatsApp, but now Facebook is fixing that to where you don't have to have WhatsApp to talk to somebody on WhatsApp. But
wait a minute.
Issue.
I was going to say, so if WhatsApp has security issues and now they're all interconnected, does that not bring those
it
issues
does
into
in a way?
house?
Remember, other countries they use like the UK and Europe and stuff. They love WhatsApp over there. Yes. Over here, we're not in the United States. The use is there, but it's not really there. As far as like Messenger. So that's the issue. Remember now, Facebook wants to bring Instagram messaging and Messenger and WhatsApp all together. So you have the thing like Terry said. Does the issues of WhatsApp come in when they integrate it all? Now, Facebook says they're working on the encryption problem. Again, do you want to trust what comes out of Facebook's mouth? Especially last week, Zuckerberg was getting grilled and they got this political ad situation going on. And Okay, so you have to install Telegram, but it's not a big deal. It's free.
Okay.
It works like WhatsApp. The other person has to have it.
Okay, here's the thought. Or you can use the phone feature on your phone. I understand that some people would want to or use your text messages on your phone, and there
Mm-hmm.
might be a fee for that if you are out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
But that is still an option
Right.
if if you're wary of using WhatsApp or not sure about okay,
Right.
you
And that's for smaller, for like a one-to-one conversation, but a lot of people use WhatsApp and stuff for group conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more beneficial to use like one of the other apps. Again, it's a choice. And then it's also knowledge. People have to know there's an alternative to WhatsApp.
right.
Because my friend in Canada, she was like, "Oh, let's get on WhatsApp." I said, "I don't use WhatsApp." I sent her the links. I show her everything. So we talk on Telegram, and it's not a problem. It's on. I can get it on my Mac. It pops up as a separate application. Whenever she texts, sends me something, it's on my phone. It's on my iMac, or it's on my Air.
And it's kind of and iMessage does that, except for the fact that iMessage only works for Apple.
Right.
Well, actually, I can send text messages
To
to
Android.
everybody as a SMS.
Mhm.
So really,
Right.
but you do pay if there are data rates for your messages, then it's not free.
Right.
That's the difference between Telegram.
Right. So
and
that's why
what
a
we
lot of
have.
other countries use WhatsApp because of the charges and fees and stuff. So Telegram is the same as WhatsApp. It's more secure. And it is known internationally. It's just not. I don't know what goes on here in the United States. We just really started getting into messenger apps because I guess a lot of people have plans on their phones. When you go to other countries, they don't operate that way with their mobile phones. They have they buy a SIM card, they buy time blocks of time. So that's why they use these other apps because it doesn't eat into the data. They don't have to get these expensive plans because they can't. One, they may not be able to afford it. Two, they don't have to.
Right.
That's why. So it's a different situation here in the United States because everybody here is on a plan. When you leave the United States, most people are not on plans. They have, they buy blocks of time, SIM cards, and stuff like that. So that explains a little bit about the messenger apps. But again, it's a choice. Get the information and you decide how you want to go.
Right.
And see, Facebook has this thing where they're trying to pull everybody in the Facebook world. I had a story about what they want to do with health, but I want Terry to go ahead with her stuff first, and then we'll get back into Facebook.
There was just one thing that I told people I was going to share yesterday, and that was how to allow people to track you on your phone in case you're like out shopping or something and you want them to be able to know where you are. Yeah. So I looked to see because I had allowed my sister-in-law to track me because I was walking in the neighborhood and I was new to the neighborhood. So if I got lost, I would have been fine. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So what I did was I can show you on the iPhone. I don't know what's going on over there on Android, but I'm sure there's a way because when I looked it up on the iPad, it said that you could go through Google Maps and allow people to track you. That's a whole nother story. But basically what you would do is you would go to your contacts and tap on the person that you want to allow to contact you. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look up Fran.
Okay.
And if you scroll down, you'll see share my location.
Oh.
You see that?
So is it the share my location? I'll probably ask this afterwards, but the share my location.
It allows you to tell how long. You can say share my location for 1 hour, share it until the end of the day, share it indefinitely. So, and then, so you choose one. So I'm going to say share for an hour. And then it turns into the message stops sharing my location. So when you're ready to stop, you would just tap that.
And then I got a
option.
message that says Terralina Austin started sharing location with you. Do you want to share yours?
Hmm. And you don't have to necessarily share yours, but at least if something happens to me, you're able to find out where was the last place I was with my phone. Now, the other thing I found was that there is a jewelry company um, that has these lanyards that don't look like. Remember, I've fallen and I can't get up. It's got that big button.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now they've taken it and they've turned it into beautiful jewelry,
Mm.
and it works with an app. So but my concern is if someone takes your purse and your phone.
Yeah. That's
What's
it.
up?
That's how they work. You have to have the phone on you because it uses a GPS
Mhm.
feature.
And if that's the case, then Apple allows me to just press the button on the side, and it's going to send out an emergency alert.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't press the button, I can see how now that's where your watch comes in, TJ, the newer version of your watch,
Yeah.
3 and up.
Right.
Okay.
If you fall, the watch will send out a
Yeah, you set
911.
it. You can set it up. You can turn that off also, but if you set it up, it will know when you've fallen. The new watches I love because you can do Siri. You can just you don't have to say, "Hey," you just talking to the watch.
You don't have to give a command.
You don't give it a command. Yeah, so I just say, and it's okay. Mine is waking up, but you just Dick Tracy style.
Yes.
See that there it is asking me.
What do you want?
Yes.
But I have a suggestion about what you're just talking about family members having, because there's a safety feature. I use Life 360 for my daughter, so I can see wherever she is in the city, and you can put all the family members in. It's free. They have a panic button feature where you can just press a button and it alerts everybody into the group.
So is this an app?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay.
It's Life 360. And you put your family members on. They have a premium version that's like $199 or something, but I didn't see any use for it. They have for driving. Like if your teen is driving, there's an additional part that you pay that has something to do about speed. You can see how fast they're driving the car. You can see if they're running you can see all of that stuff.
Okay.
But the free version, everybody in the family installs it, or the group of people that want to track each other.
Yes.
And you just open the app and little avatars are on the map and it shows you where everybody is. And you can see how fast everybody's driving and all that stuff. So it tracks you. So that's an option if you want to use that.
I like that.
And it works on Android and iPhone. So it's not like iPhone specific or whatever.
Yes.
So but see, there's some controversy I heard on the news that some of the teens don't like it because my privacy. But if I'm paying for your phone,
you have none.
You have none.
Well, the truth is, they're not old enough to recognize that we all need to be safe. Okay, this is not about your privacy. This is about safety.
Right. So one time my daughter was trying to call me. I don't know what happened. And I said, all you had to do was go into you would see because she wanted to know where I was. I said, you can just go in the app and the little avatar tells me where I'm at. If I'm out in the neighborhood, if I went downtown, wherever.
So Mom, you're not concerned about your privacy when it comes to your children?
No.
They want to know where we are. Okay. Now we're the grown people, okay?
Well, I mean, look, I feel like as a parent of a teen in New York City, she can go out and stuff, but it's like I'm just concerned. So I would like to know if she's not in the spot where she is, not for privacy issue, but for safety issue. Like if somebody stole her phone, if she's at this spot and her phone is way over in Brooklyn, I know something's up. That her phone, something got stolen, something's wrong,
Yeah.
So it's a level of security for parents and also think about if you have older people in your group, in your family group, and you want to keep tabs on them or make sure where they're supposed to be going at a time or whatever, you might want to use it. Some people don't like it because it tracks and the privacy thing, but That's
Girl,
the
please.
that's the big discussion of the year, of the decade. Privacy.
So there's an app that I saw these young people, I think it's on Creflo Dollar. The app is called Not Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
it's an app. Let me go in here so I can.
Okay, yeah. While you're doing that, I'll put this up. Jerry says my daughter uses this app for my granddaughter. So you use a Life 360? It's pretty popular.
Mm.
It's pretty popular.
Right. And it's okay not to be okay, meaning that if
Mhm.
the not okay gives you the ability to get immediate support from your friends, family, or peer network. So, like if you are feeling down or you're feeling,
Ah,
um, let me go to the
So
about.
more like a mental health-ish
Right.
level part that you ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and it has trusted contacts, and you can push a button that
Mhm.
says "I'm not okay," and it'll send it to different people to come find you or come help you. And I
This
thought that was a really,
that is cool.
um, and it was, it does exactly that. The person, I think his sister wasn't doing well or whatever, and he created this app. A kid created this app
oh, wow.
so that if she needed help or whatever,
Well, she just wanted to talk to somebody, or you know what I mean?
you have push a button and you have trusted contacts, and there's it's all about mental health.
Yeah, because with all this upsurge in teen suicide and juvenile suicide, just stuff
Yeah.
going on.
So see, here's the map. That's her on the map if you can see it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
there's a little
somewhat.
avatar right
Uh
here.
huh.
And that's
I
called
see a little avatar.
That little button, the
Uh huh.
little
that's called
picture.
360.
Life 360.
Yes.
And tells me when her battery on the phone is low. Right now, 68%. It tells me that she's been at school since 8:50 a.m.
I love it.
So I love it. I've been using it for over a year.
So there are people creating apps and using tech to make life better. And
Yeah.
that's what the technology should be doing. The social media,
Mhm.
everything that we have technological wise should be helping you do life better.
Right. It should be. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. So we need to curate our feed, focus
Hmm.
on the apps and like we're talking about Telegram and Signal and Life 360 and the ones that Terry was saying and Fran was saying. Those are all things that if you come here, you'll find out about them and you go, hey, I can use that because it's going to help me save time, do something better. It's going to cut out 10 steps and you only need to do
Mm.
one or two. So that's what technology really is supposed to be about. It's just that unfortunately we have these bad actors that are using it for other things. So like I said, it's a screwdriver and whoever's hands, if it's in the hands of a good person, they're building a house or doing something for the community, and the other person they're trying to rob, cheat, and
Mm.
steal from us. So I don't know. We just have to
Okay.
keep informed.
Well, that's all I really had, TJ. So I just wanted to make sure that we covered that because I had promised people we talk about it yesterday. So,
Okay.
So
So
tell
I'm gonna get back to Facebook.
okay.
okay.
So Facebook announced that they want to get into healthcare. I mean, I think they mentioned it before, but now they are getting into preventative health. So
Oh,
they're going to put things in the app that features designed to help people keep track of their personal maintenance.
oh yeah.
Remind you to go to the doctor.
Mm.
What's the thing here? Blood pressure tests and some other things. Let me see what's on the list. So they're trying to do this because Amazon has something that they're trying to get in with HIPAA. Google's trying to buy Fitbit. Healthcare is like this big area that these apps are trying to move into because there's money there. So
I
guess
was
what they
gonna
guess
say.
right. But guess what Facebook's going to do when they're giving you all of these helpful hints? they're going to run ads. Of
Mm,
course.
mm,
So
mm.
it's all about money for Facebook. And again, I'm not mad with them for making money, that they're a business. But where do you draw the line to I don't
Well,
trust Facebook? Do I want them looking at my health data because they might be able to sell that information to a pharmaceutical or some kind of health insurance or whatever and run ads to me because I went to the doctor and had a test run and they know what what not disease or whatever's going wrong with you or whatever's going right with you. Like they know your medical history.
well, they're targeting you anyway. Not just Facebook, but I mean, I'm getting robocalls asking me about insurance all the time because I'm in a certain age bracket and demographic. And, do you need this to supplement that? And da 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 da. And if you've got this, and they're just taking a chance that based on the statistics that you got this, and this going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's going to be that much different. And have you noticed that when you go to YouTube, the little stuff, it allows you to eventually skip the ad, but you got to.
Well, see, now the YouTube ads, they work off of keywords like whatever you're searching for and what have you searched for in the past. So to get rid of that, you just go into your Google account and clear your history. Like you clear all of that out, so they won't be able to give you targeted ads. So that's the discussion. Is like you can get a general ad, or do you want a targeted ad? But you're going to get an ad. But we don't want an ad, is what we're telling everybody. But ads make money for the company, Facebook.
I was going to say, so do we want to pay for the content? Okay, I mean, you can't have it both ways.
Well, and Google allows you to skip the ad after 5 seconds or something. Right. Or if you take the survey. I never have taken the survey because I just
take the surveys.
I mean,
that's just me.
Do you use this product or blah, blah, blah? Do you want to take a survey? No, because normally when I'm going in to go to YouTube, I'm going in for a particular purpose, and then you're interrupting me now.
Right. I agree. But it's just something with me in a survey. If it catches my eye, like if it's something that I knew.
Right. I agree. If it was something that I wanted, and I'm like, I have to get back to that. Okay. Right. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get over here.
You're trying to get some help. And I'm trying to get some info. And you are keeping. So the people, and I'm one that when I'm on YouTube, I do not like the ads. So that means I have to pay for the ad-free version, which I'm not doing. Mm-hmm. So, like Terry said, we're the catch-22, right? We either look at the ad or pay for the non-ad version.
Correct.
And the non-ad version is like, okay, I don't see why I need to pay that much not to have an ad.
Right. We should have an ad-free world.
But now, we've gotten into, ever since Nielsen and people started running advertisements on radio, this is brought to you by Colgate or whatever. Ever since then, it's a hard pattern to get out of.
Because soap operas were created so companies like P&G could sell soap. Exactly. That's why those soap operas those shows were created. Mm-hmm. So they said, how can we sell more soap? Oh, we'll make this drama that housewives, back then, everybody was a housewife at home, and they were like, once you clean up the house, what do you do? Oh, we'll make a dramatization, and then the commercials will be for our soap and our this and our that, and it grew out of that. So it was a moneymaker.
99 and 24 per 100% pure or whatever.
It was something that stuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one more thing about the Facebook. I found it. It said what they're going to do. So it said we'll tell users what kind of checkups are recommended for someone of their age and sex, as well as the optimal time for a flu shot. You can set yourself a reminder using the tool to get the checkups. So it'll be like cholesterol stuff, mammograms, blood pressure, diabetes, the things that general stuff that, you should go and get checked out. and you say, "Oh, thanks, Facebook," and you make a reminder. So, do you want to do that through Facebook?
I got my doctor's office calling me. They're like, you need to come in for that mammogram. I'm like, right, okay, and
But
I
see,
do.
now the
But
healthcare system could, adopt that and say,
yeah,
instead of you using Facebook, we'll send you the, text
yeah,
message.
mine does. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, but
No
I
thank
guess,
you.
I
So,
guess if you need it, you need it.
Well,
but
no, see, here's the thing. If you're in Facebook world and you don't get out of I'm telling you, it's like the California hotel. If you
you
don't
don't
get out of the Facebook world,
check in, but don't check out.
then they are sending you stuff to keep you in here.
That's what
There's
they
no
want.
need to go out.
They really want it to be a one-stop shop. They
They do.
don't want you going out of the playground. Look, we got everything you need. Oh, you need a slide? We're putting in one right now. Don't go
That's
home.
why they're bringing the news tab back in and paying journalists, because Facebook doesn't want you to leave. That's why I called it Facebook world. They want you to stay in. So there, don't leave. We got this. Don't leave. We got that. We got Lira. We got Bitcoin. We got health checks. We got dating. We got it all. So that's what they're trying to do. And it's
But do you really trust somebody who's a what do you call it? Jack of all trades and a master of none? I mean, dating, healthcare. Come on, people. Give it a rest.
That is like the I saw somewhere where the tire shop did taxes too. I was like,
well, you go into the bank and there's a coffee shop, but that works though.
Yeah, because
Everybody likes coffee and tea. Everybody
yeah,
likes
while they're
bread.
waiting too.
Hmm?
It makes waiting easier too. Plus,
Right.
if you're talking to your banker over a cup of coffee, it seems more personal.
Mhm.
So you trust them with your money, even
And
though
it
they're only
removes the
giving you a
pressure.
nickel on every $500.
Mhm. It removes the pressure. So it's more casual and conversational. So
Mhm.
I mean, some of those things work and some of them don't.
Yeah. So
So
so coffee and conversation tend to work, but I don't know about tires and taxes.
tires and taxes. Hey, I like that. Tires and taxes.
there is a shop that has a tire shop that does taxes.
Really?
And I was like,
Well, only if you're going to do my taxes while I wait for my car. I'm cool with that.
but how
That's
can
a
you
long wait
know?
for your tires. That's a long wait.
Right. I'm like,
It
I
takes
don't
all
know.
day. I don't know why.
Let's do one or the other.
Mhm.
So, so that's happening in Facebook.
Yeah.
Anything Instagram? I was loading up some stuff to Instagram yesterday for a
Mhm.
client, and I was like, they have so many little intricate rules about how to put the video up, and you got to do this and this and this and this. But they do let you schedule your Instagram
Program.
video, or you can put it in IGTV or in
Mhm.
the
In
stream
the feed.
in
Yeah,
the
that comes
feed,
from creators. Remember we talked about
Creator
Creator
Studio.
Studio. They want you to do it on the desktop. So they
Yeah,
want you to
and
schedule through there.
yeah, and it makes it a lot easier for me to do it on the desktop than it is to try and do it. So I set up some stuff
Mhm.
for a whole week,
Right. Yeah.
4 weeks.
Works.
I was able to set up four posts to go out, and I'm like, well, this is genius. Instead of having to come in every day to do the post,
Uh-huh.
I love the studio. I've been using it more and more. Like
right?
you said, you could just schedule stuff. You can put the upload and all everything is there. You don't have to be on, the phone. And it works for, like Fran said, if you've got clients and stuff, you can't, because Instagram is, based on an app on your phone. So who wants to, keep switching apps? And you can switch, but they only give you, I think, like 4. You can switch between 5. Right. So I'm like, what if you have more? Then that's where you have to go buy, like Agora Pulse or one of those other, social media planning software programs that cost so much money. So Facebook says, "Hey, use Creator Studio. Don't mind if I do. It's
Mhm.
working out fine."
Yeah, I like the experience I had yesterday. I had to figure out the dimensions for the cover things and
Mhm.
that type of stuff.
Right.
And so I'm still working my way through it, but I'm like, okay, we're just gonna play with this.
Mm.
Okay.
So I like the Creator Studio. Well, that was my
Good
own
tool.
Instagram thing.
No, it's a good tool.
You
No,
really
Instagram is they're constantly testing stuff. There's some who is it? She's an engineer or something, and she always stays on top of what they're testing on
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. So I follow her on Twitter, and she's always tweeting out what they're and it's testing. It's not stuff that's available. So we have to see if it becomes available. Some of the things they're doing sounds good. So we'll see. Maybe Facebook won't break Instagram and leave it,
leave it alone.
let it be. Yeah. And
Now, I
what
want to say something about Apple, and then I'm gonna let you guys finish something. Apple Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy an Apple product, I believe they gave us Arcade for a year free or something. One of them things I got for free.
oh really?
Yeah, if you bought a Mac or you bought something, they gave you a year subscription. I'm
Okay.
thinking it might be TV. Was it TV for something I got for free for a year? So, it's the TV because I got the arcade. It's like $5 a month.
Okay.
So the arcade has Pac-Man.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, shut up. So I can do the downtime and play Pac-Man. It had Frogger. I'm still trying to learn how to.
Oh, they got Frogger? I love Frogger.
Yeah, I'm still,
Yeah.
the app, what is this thing?
The remote?
The remote is weird.
Yeah, it is. I don't like the remote. I've never liked Apple's remote for
Well,
TV.
you can buy a remote for a gamer remote too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, but this remote here, trying to jump and stuff, I was like, okay, I need the other
Just
remote.
using the remote for regular navigation is frustrating to me for the Apple TV. I
Right.
hate it.
You're trying to slide up
Yeah.
and it's going left and
It goes faster than you try to slow it down, and then it's Apple. Fix your remote for the Apple TV.
it's
That's
very
Mm.
sleek and it looks great. It's
Yeah.
just that when you're trying to maneuver it is not that.
Nope.
You got to get
That
good
little
with
screen,
it.
that little screen at the top is a pain in the you know what. So fix
Mm.
it, Apple.
But they have some great games. They got 5 new games that came out today, and now all of a sudden I'm not seeing the.
I saw that on it. I just didn't have a chance to look at it. The arcade.
Mm.
Right.
It's on my TV. I
But
barely have time to watch the TV. So like I'll look at this in a minute.
I really liked the 5 new games.
Mm-hmm.
Jumper John, Monomos, Mosaic, Starfetched, and Super Mega Mini Party. But I liked, Play Fallen Night, Hogwash, Lifelike, Tales of Memo, and Yaga. So they've got people putting in more and more games into the arcade, and you can play all these games for $5 a month. All of the games. It's not like you pay
Per game, right?
And I was like, oh, cool. So I can do a word game called Laces, where you try and spell the word this way.
Yes.
There's
I like word games.
There are mystery games where you go to find stuff in the house, and whodunit games and all kind of stuff. I was like, oh, for $5.
I would have never looked at that. I got the Apple TV. I was like, oh yeah, I just kept going. I would have never looked at that. Now I want to look at it.
Now I don't have Apple TV, but the arcade is separate. It's over in applications, right?
Right. The arcade you can run on your iPad or your phone as well. So you don't have to have Apple TV to do it. It runs on your phone or your iPad.
Right.
Gotcha.
Or your desktop, like I have an iMac. So it'll run on that too. And I'm like, this is pretty good. Now on the iPad, I might do better.
Yeah, it says iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and Apple TV. Wow. I'm gonna have to
you know what? I am seriously considering trying Apple TV. And what do you call it? cutting the cord on some of these ones that I got going on right now.
So let me tell you about that. You already have Roku TV.
I do.
Yeah.
All you need to do is get the app for Apple TV. You know, it's going to be the service run on there. You don't need to. It is just another streaming service. It's
And
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm
but
thinking about cutting some of the other streaming services because I don't really use their content that much anymore.
and that's fine. But you just
Yeah.
have to make sure Apple's going to cover what you want,
Right.
because within Apple TV Plus,
Mhm.
it's going to have you still, like if you get CBS, it's an additional fee. It's not.
And
Right.
the
It's
others
not the
are
over the
too.
air.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. It's not the over the air channels. It's the CBS Access, the extra channels that see. What is the CBS? They want you to pay $5.99 a month
Hmm.
for
Or
that.
$9.99 for commercial free.
Yeah.
So what it is, Terry, you already have Roku. All you
Okay.
do are adding channels. Apple is doing the same thing. It's Apple, and but you can buy these TV channels within Apple. That's all the difference is. It's not
Right.
like you or it's another streaming service. That's
Yeah.
it.
Because if you have Roku, you already have some of the same apps that are
Some
on
of
the
the
Apple
same
TV.
content.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just that Apple, the Apple TV is on the app, the channel Apple Plus is on
Because I'm
there.
looking for new content. I'm just like, you know what?
Well,
Well,
because we had Hulu and Netflix, and we just got rid of all of that. And now we just have Netflix.
Hmm.
I wasn't watching Hulu anyway, maybe once or
Exactly. So
in a
I
blue.
let
So
that
like,
lapse.
yeah. So if you're not watching it, you can get rid of it.
and that's how it's kind of curating your feed again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You are curating your TV feed now, because it's just like, okay, because I told my husband, I said, okay, which one of these programs are that we don't watch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because there's Sling, there's YouTube TV, there's some other stuff. Okay, so which one of these we really are not watching, because we
Hmm.
now get rid of that.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the idea of subscription, because you're not locked in for 2 years, 3 years, and all of
And you can
that. You
stop
can
it
just
and start. Yeah, if I wanted to go back to Hulu, all I got to do is pay it, and it's back on. So
Yeah.
so it's not like you can't go back.
right, and those are the benefits that
Yeah.
I liked about it. Subscription over cable. Well, why I got DirecTV? You are in jail, people. I got Comcast. You're locked in for 2 years,
Uh-huh.
whereas you can go pick and choose, like build your box. I went to Hickory Farms
Mhm.
yesterday.
Yeah, and you build.
And you can get crackers and cheese and mustard
Yeah,
and
you put what you want in there.
build your own gift. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the TV. Build
Hmm.
TV the way you want it to be, not having to
The way
be
they give it to you. Yeah.
right.
Okay. So it's like Build-A-Bear. Okay, cool.
Right. And like Me TV comes on.
Uh-huh.
Me TV is the old school way of doing it. You have to watch whatever they put on. Maybe I want to see Bonanza first, and maybe I want to see Rifleman here, but no, I got to sit there like this.
Yeah.
On a timetable.
Yeah. Versus
Mm.
watch it when you want.
Exactly.
And watch as many episodes as you want. And stop when you want to stop.
And I think this is why I'm out of content. Because it's just running.
Yeah, now the content thing, well, it's like with Netflix, I've seen a lot of they're starting to add a lot of Nollywood, which is out of the Nigerian films. Their shows, they're starting to add that. Netflix has a lot of international fare, which is what I like. So I've seen lots of shows from China and Mandarin and stuff, and I'm like, I like that kind of thing. I will sit and watch it because I like the way that they tell the story, the dramatization or whatever, and the costumes. So I will watch that, even though it's not English. But that's what Netflix gives me. There's a diversification there of international dramas and movies versus waiting on whatever the U.S. is doing, the same old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
cookie cutter. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Well, this has been an interesting day in tech, or interesting week in tech. We're going into Christmas, everybody, and we just want to say, stay safe.
Yeah.
Monday, we're doing our first Monday event, and we will have Gail Guest Brown and Angela Lofton Moore. They're going to be sharing and presenting with us. Looking forward to having some fun. Start at 6 o'clock on that day, 6 to 7:30. So you don't have to be in the traffic trying to get there. We'll be at Seasons 52, and I am going to put it in the chat. It's first Monday. Oh, put the one, Fran. Firstmondays.com. If you want details on how to get there or anything, we just appreciate you. Looking forward to having you out there. And Terry, TJ, what's your guys' final?
Well,
go ahead.
TJ, what's up?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Just the same old stuff, working hard, trying to find more time to fit more projects in.
Okay. So if you're looking for someone to help you with your social media, we highly recommend TJ, social media marketing. And don't forget, guys, to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody, for watching live and on the replay. Hey, Gary.
Thanks. Bye-bye.